Hello, my name is Chris and I will begin right away. This is the Forester, a compact crossover from Subaru, and looking at it from the exterior, I could understand somebody for being put off its boxy shape. But there is something to be said about judging someone's looks only. It can be misleading. I'm going to skip the exterior, I'm going to look over the interior and explain why and how it feels on the inside and how it drives. Then I'll take it out on the road. The boxy exterior leads to a whole lot of room on the inside, as you can see. This Forester is offered in 6 trims. Prices start at $29,000 Canadian plus destination and the many environmental levies which are not indicated in the price. The top-end Premier is $40,000. Subaru sent Ross the mid-trim Sport version and it costs nearly $36,000. For that price you get a lot of features. A unique exterior design, bigger front discs, dark metallic 18-inch wheels with 55 ratio tires. Obviously, I have no difficulty sitting back here. There's good room for the category. When you fold on the seats, it's huge. That is one of the reasons why people buy crossovers. Sitting in front, you quickly come to grips why the exterior is the way it is. The result is lots of space, lots of visibility, and lots of comfort. The seats are made of a premium tissue. They feel good enough, but their comfort are a top 3 in the category. Lovely, fine seats. This Sport model has an 8-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Simple to use, bright, good contrast ratio. Very good. The dash is easy to consult. The ergonomics are intuitive. This version has Eyesight, Subaru's driving aids. These seats, once again, are comfortable, and the steering is light, the brake pedal smooth, the gas take-up gives soft acceleration off the line, the exterior visibility is class-leading. Forester fulfills what I consider to be the most important task of the compact crossover, sucking the least amount of your precious energy from your daily grind. In this sense, the Forester feels very much like CR-V I drove, which is a sincere compliment. I have never owned a Subaru because of their design language. I am a city mouse and the exterior appearance is important to me. Over the past 6 years of reviewing cars, I've driven a lot of Subarus, and Subaru's intrinsic qualities are now evident, and I certainly understand there's smart buyers for choosing them. This Forester is compelling as far as I'm concerned. The engine is a 4-cylinder boxer that produces 182 horsepower and 176 pounds of torque, and Subaru has been improving this engine incessantly. It does 9 liters in the city and 7.2 liters on the highway. The EPA says 2633 mpg with the CVT and Subaru's famous all-wheel drive. Pretty impressive. Here are my thoughts on the road. Hello car lovers, driving the 2021 Subaru Forester. This is the Sport model, the mid-trim model. I love it when manufacturers don't send us the all-equipped model. They send us their more reasonable mid-trim models, which is I think the ones that regular people buy. So, what to say about this vehicle? Well, I find the Forester epitomizes the best and the worst of Subaru. I'll start right away with the worst. This exterior styling has to be the worst exterior styling in the class. And it looks awful, it's squarish. I know it's supposed to have an outdoorsy vibe, but when we look at their other models who have managed to make decent looking vehicles, this one here really lags behind. However, you do get the benefits of this squarish shape on the inside. Plenty of room in the trunk, plenty of room in the second row, plenty of room for me and Ross here up front. We're not rubbing elbows at all. Lots of visibility. If I reach out with my hand, I can't touch the windshield. These windows are ginormous. I mean, Subaru is famous for their big windows, but once again, it's an over engineering of that aspect. Huge. I mean, this window is just enormous. Front window too is enormous. I've got the sunshade down and it's still huge. Wonderful visibility here. Incredible visibility for a vehicle in this category. I mean, if you're kind of like angle shy, driving this vehicle, you're not gonna have any problems parking. Speaking of parking, there's a tight turning radius. Ross made the remark before on the French version. Driving along here, the engine power is sufficient, I think, and the transmission doesn't draw attention to itself, and critically, it does get reasonable good mileage given its boxy shape and also the inherent nature of the compact crossover, not really good for fuel economy, so that's pretty good on that level. Other good things that are amplified in this vehicle, this infotainment, this general ergonomic, so easy to use. Infotainment screen, clear, bright,
doesn't not too much glare in sunlight. This steering wheel, it's the same steering wheel throughout the Subaru lineup. In the Impreza, it's wonderful. In the Ascent, it's too expensive. And in this vehicle, it feels about right. Perhaps some of its competitors do better, but not all. The dash looks at you right in the face. This little screen here on top gives you appropriate information, easy to look at in a glance, but it doesn't take up visibility room. Well done on that level. It's kind of like angle, and it's kind of well thought out. The ride, well, this Forester rides just like it looks. It can take all these horrible bumps in Montreal. I'm telling you, I got out of a parking before, and there's like this big bump because the sidewalk is like at an angle versus the street. I think it would have scraped most cars. Subaru, boom, boom, no problem. Ross had it all week. There was snowstorms, no problem. Driving a Subaru during the winter is like driving it during the summer. You don't feel it. If you have good winter tires, there's just absolutely nothing. So really a plus value for that security perspective in winter. And speaking about security, there is a full safety suite with this Subaru Eyesight, which Ross reports works rather well. These seats, I gotta talk about these seats. I'm a little bit of a stickler when it comes to seats, and I had the CX-5 for the entire week. I can tell you these non-leather seats are a superior seating experience to that CX-5. Speaking of superior experience, there's a lot of room here for my legs. Just a wonderful comfort. These seats, although not made out of leather, feel durable enough. I think the top 3 seats in the category have to be Forester, the CR-V, and the Sportage, which has excellent seats. So, very competent. It is average quiet on the highway, but then again, so are most of its competitors. So it's not problematic on that level. It has improved over time. This is a good vehicle. And I think this vehicle, if you judge it by the outside, you may miss a lot of its qualities. You have to sit in it and take it out on a test drive. It is so comfortable. And what it does is it really reduces the routine of your daily grind. It really reduces the unpleasantness of your daily grind by being such an easy drive, such a convenient setup, sitting high off the ground, great visibility, wonderful ergonomic. All these things make this Subaru a great choice. So my final thoughts are that this Subaru is certainly recommendable on the lease, certainly recommendable on the purchase, because you can sell it easily and for quite a good price after 4 or 5 years. Ross makes a very intelligent remark, and I've heard this from other Subaru owners, that the long-term price of ownership in terms of the cost of repairs, cost of parts, are quite high for Subaru. It's something to think about, and it's something that you should factor in. Other than that, very good. By the way, if you like this video, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. And if you really like it, well then of course you should subscribe. And that is it.